Hello everybody, this is Hey I'm a Wolf coming at you with another EternalCast. So we're going to come in here on the middle of this game and we're going to see what our good friend TheL0rd0fSpace is playing. So looks like some kind of Crown of Possibilities deck. Does have the white mana to cast the crown, so that's good news. These tactics are going to come in handy to be able to block this Aegis 2-1. This Crown Watch Paladin. So Crown Watch Paladin going to come in, attack for 2, bringing TheL0rd0fSpace down to 23. So we have an Endurance tactic. Not the best tactic, not the best ability to go on tactic, but we will see here how TheL0rd0fSpace wants to play this. So Lightning striking away the flying Warcry unit, the Loyal Watchwing. So Loyal Watchwing going to go to the bin and popping the Aegis on the Crown Watch Paladin. Tactic Having Revenge is a nice combo with Crown of Possibilities. Sort of Vicaria going to come down and take care of that tactic so that Crown Watch Paladin can get in for 2 and get 2 Warcry triggers there. So some big units coming. Seek Power, not a terrible draw here for TheL0rd0fSpace. Going to get a unit, or a sigil rather. And he can deploy both of his tactics here, and that will help deal with both the sword and the Crown Watch Paladin. If T264T, T364, so if 364 wants to go ahead and spend both of his units, he can, and get 2 Warcry triggers and remove both tactics from the board. Tactic is not too bad with Crown of Possibilities. You can get some pretty sweet abilities on him, like Deadly or Flying is actually pretty good if you need to block a flyer. This deck is probably playing the Aegis Bird, so we'll likely see that coming in here. So yeah, he does decide to trade T364 does decide to trade the Sword of Vicaria for a tactic, and is also going to trade away the Crown Watch Paladin for a second tactic, unless we see a combat trick of sorts. So Finest Hour going to come down and pump that Crown Watch Paladin, making sure that it lives through that tactic. Tactic going to go back on top of the library. And TheL0rd0fSpace really needs to see some kind of action here, likely a Clockroach deck. It would be nice to have drawn a Clockroach at this point. Whatever's coming down for 364 here will be very large whenever he draws a unit. So still no action available for TheL0rd0fSpace. TheL0rd0fSpace struggling to find a creature that he can use, but he does keep in mind in the top 10 cards of his library he does have 3 tactics, which will give him a redraw, which is nice, and buy him some time against this Crown Watch Paladin. So clearly 364 not having anything going on in his hand, probably a bunch of removal spells. So TheL0rd0fSpace is going to have to be aware of that there are going to be removal spells there, and unfortunately still just drawing no action. Another sigil off the top, a Seed of Mystery. I don't know if there are any double blue cards in this deck, but at least if he's going to draw a land, a blue land would be nice. So 364 deciding what to play here. Another land. Still getting in with this Crown Watch Paladin, but the first tactic going to come down and get quick draw. But definitely going to be sacrificed here to the Crown Watch Paladin if 364 wants to attack. There are definitely a few options here for TheL0rd0fSpace and for his opponent 364. So 364 does opt to attack, likely another Finest Hour coming in. Yep, and Finest Hour is going to take care of that tactic, but that's okay. And also, though, we need to be aware that there are a lot of Warcry triggers stacking up. We're at 6 or 7 at this point. And going to rebuy that tactic, which I think is a great idea because it does have Destiny, so that does draw him a card. And there are no cards quite yet that we want to excavate, so we may just want to hold on to that excavate for now, as that Tactic will be able to lock up this board, and that is a very large Crown Watch Paladin. Let's try to block again. And this time the trade happens. So putting Tactic on... Oh, I think I might have put Tactic on top of the deck. There. Oh, that's interesting. Unfortunately, that Tactic did not get... Oh, Echo's a good one to get. So Echo's not bad. And here we go, going off here with these Tactics. And the first Clockroach of the game coming in for Lord of Space. So that's really good news, getting lifesteal. So Clockroach coming down, going to pump the other Clockroaches in his deck. A deadly Tactic is really good news against this 11-10. Hopefully there's not a way to give it trample or something here. Or I'm sorry, not trample. Whatever the trample equivalent is in this game. I always overwhelm. Overwhelm is the word that I'm looking for. I really need to break the habit of using magic terms in this game if I'm going to be casting Eternal, so bear with me if you can. But it looks like Lord of Space has turned this game around. His opponent luckily drew 11 power, and that's pretty good news. But a pretty large Gorilla Fighter coming down for 364. Not quite big enough to attack past some of these things, but definitely enough to hold back the board potentially from attacking. And Wisdom of the Elder is going to be a fantastic draw for Lord of Space. With double Crown of possibilities on the board, I foresee this game going in the favor of Lord of Space. And I think I don't mind an attack here at all. You have Swear Vengeance to give your Clockroach revenge, and then you can Lightning Strike away the Gorilla Fighter, unless she blocks the 1-1. If she blocks the 1-1, you're totally cool with that, and then you're okay with getting in with these other 3 guys. If the 5-4 decides to block the Clockroach, then you get to revenge the Clockroach. They take 7, and then you also get to Lightning Storm the board. I think that's a fast spell. You can play that post-combat. I think. Yeah, that is a fast spell, so you can actually wait until they try to block. I think I would have much rather just forced them to block and then Lightning Strike after. Because now you're going to run into something like this, and you lose 3 of your guys as opposed to just losing some if you see the combat trick mid-combat. But we'll see. Probably should have played that land. Oh, never mind. Feeding Time is not an instant, so that didn't matter. We'll go ahead and erase this Gorilla Fighter from the game. That Clockroach is going to be on top of the deck with Destiny. So the second Clockroach can probably come down. I think I like putting this Clockroach down to make sure that you can get in for 6 next turn and really start cranking up the heat on your opponent and give them less outs. And Lord of Space does do that, like you read my mind. So this Endurance, Overwhelm, Quick Draw, Echo, Tactic, pretty good. Double Crown of possibilities still available for Lord of Space, so any card now that comes off the top any creature will be very, very powerful. So if you would like your games cast on my channel, I'm still looking for people. I got a lot of friends recently, and what I've been doing is just hopping on and deciding whether or not, or who just entered the game and going ahead and casting that game. So if you would like your games cast and you wouldn't mind being on my channel, you can send me a friend request at HamelWolf +0856. And I'll have that in the description, so you can add me. And I assume pretty much that anybody who adds me doesn't mind being cast, so don't be embarrassed if you're, you know, a lower ranked player. Those games are much more interesting to watch. So, going to have a lot of cockroaches in hand. These both have ambush. I think that TheL0rd0fSpace probably should have waited because they don't have charge. If they had charge, go ahead and play him now and attack, but there's no reason not to just do it maybe in combat or something and eat up his guy. So, well, that's that. That was a game from TheL0rd0fSpace is his name. So, excellent game. We'll see if maybe we can get another game from him at another time. So thank you everybody for watching. This is Hamble Wolf signing off.